This is a demonstration on how you're going to add colour to your Tunnock's tea cake now that you've drawn it out and it's ready for painting. You're going to use the watercolour blocks which look like this. Now for the reds, you're going to combine these two reds here. One looks slightly more orangey actually on the webcam, but it actually isn't. So this one here, the lighter of the two reds, is cadmium red. It's a more orangey red. And the other red that's next to it is crimson alizarin, which is a more winey coloured red. And I think that if we combine both of those two colours together, then we'll get a colour that's very similar to the red that's in the wrapping of the Tunnock's tea cake. So you want to help yourself to a palette, get yourself some water and help yourself to a smallish paintbrush, and the best place to start is going to be at the top of your Tunnock's tea cake, and then working your way down. So I'm going to mix my bright red and my darker red together. I can use the lid of the palette as well to mix colours onto if I need to. And you only want to use small amounts of water because you're wanting to make sure that this red paint that you're putting on is quite solid. It's quite a solid block tin colour. So that's my two reds mixed together, and then I'm going to start at the top. So I'm going to start very carefully. The best place I would suggest is the inside of the star. Use the point of your brush to go around the outline shape of the star first, all the way around. Try and keep within your lines as much as you possibly can, so it's about your brush control. Using the tip of your brush, taking your time, keeping it neat and tidy, and then blocking it in. And blocking it in with brush strokes all in the same way as much as you possibly can. And by not using too much water, you can get quite a solid effect. Then we're going to do the area around or behind the star. Now, you can, hopefully you're able to see that here at the back of the Tunnock's tea cake it's a wee bit darker here. So to add colour to that to make it darker, what I'd like you to do is to use not black, but there is a colour called Prussian blue, which is this block here, not that one, which is an ultramarine blue. That one's purple, though it might not actually look like that on the webcam. So it's the colour that's really, really dark. It looks almost like it's black, but it's called Prussian blue. It's a really dark blue, and you just want to add a tiny amount of that to your red, not too much, just a tiny amount to show that it's a bit of a darker tone. And then to get it to blend with the red, you add a wee bit of water to your brush. Mix more of your normal red, which is your two reds together, and get it to blend a wee bit. Tiny bit of water, not too much. And then go and get your background blocked. Then we're going to move to the next bit. So again, it's a bit darker around here. You've kind of got lines that show the crinkliness on the wrapping, which are a wee bit darker. A darker line here, a couple of dark lines as well. So again, you're using that really dark blue, the Prussian blue, mixing it a wee bit with your two reds, using small amounts of water, but then using water to blend your dark tones with your lighter tones. Again, I think the easiest way to do it is to go around your shapes first before you block them in. So go around the area that's going to be red and go around your lettering very carefully and block that all in. And then we're going to do the lettering now in the silver area. So I'm going to do this bit in here, and then we're going to have a look at the stripes. So we're going to start doing the stripes. Now if you look, it's a bit darker at the bottom in some of them, and some of them it's a bit darker at the top here as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that dark blue again, this dark blue, to mix with your two reds to get the darker tone. And there we have it. So to recap, start at the top, work your way down. Take care, it's about making sure that you paint very neatly, very carefully. You want to have a lot of paint on your brush so it's not transparent. When you have your darker areas, mix that dark blue with the bright red, the cadmium red and the crimson alizarin, because that's your two colours that you're using for your red. Mix it with that to get your darker tones, but use a tiny amount of water to get those darker tones to blend in. So this demonstration is to show you how to get all the red done, and then at a later date I'll show you how to do the silver. Okay.